Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2021. Will you please stand up for the singing of the national anthem by our senior ensemble?
Graduates, you may be seated. Good evening. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 156th commencement ceremony in the great tradition of Quincy High School. Tonight, we will honor the graduating class of 2021, and we will wish them a fond farewell as they embark on their next great adventure. Every graduating class is unique and special. Each one leaves indelible memories and impressions, and the class of 2021 is no exception. First, this is the first time at graduation we've had to worry more about frostbite than heat stroke. But let's get to your 4 years in high school. You had a solar eclipse on your first day at QHS, and I'm still not sure if that was a good omen or a bad one. This just so happened to be my first day as principal, and we spent weeks finding as many of those cardboard sunglasses as we could. I made numerous announcements, excitement was high, and then halfway through, clouds rolled in, and we missed most of that eclipse. Your sophomore year included being part of a major Netflix television show, and I'm still a little angry that I did not get a producer credit on that. Your junior year was cut short by the pandemic, and you finished the year remotely. Your senior year included remote learning, an A/B schedule, masks, quarantines, temperature checks, limited attendance at athletic events, the first ever virtual New Faces, prom right here at Flinn Stadium, and a plethora of pandemic-related changes. You had 2 National Merit Scholarship recognized students, you had 11 All-State musicians, you have a future West Point cadet, and collectively you earned over $3.7 million in scholarships. Without a doubt, you had the most unique senior year in history. Despite the many challenges you faced this year and last, you persevered and in most cases thrived. You adapted and made the best of difficult circumstances. You have a lot to be proud of, and I'm confident that this is just the start for you. On behalf of the QHS faculty and staff, thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. At this time, please welcome all school student council presidents, Olivia Aerosmith and Paige Schumacher.
Thank you for inviting me to speak today. I'm Paige Schumacher, and I have been proud to serve as your all-school president. I cannot express how much it means to me to be able to address all of you. I know we want this to be brief, so I'll start with my conclusion. Thank you all. Thank you to the staff who have cared for us and helped us grow in the past 13 years of our education. Thank you to the family members, especially my own mom and dad, who made sure we made it to school, did our homework, and got to this point. And an even bigger thank you to the families who came to the dozens of school events we've had, the games, concerts, shows, and performances. I know we've had plenty that you've sat through, even though our time together was cut short due to COVID. And finally, my most important thank you to the class of 2021. We finally made it. And we should all be so immensely proud of ourselves for making it to this point. Can you believe it? We've been on a Netflix show and made it through a global pandemic before we've even gotten our diplomas. If we can make it this far by now, imagine all of the immense possibilities that lie in our futures. I know that we will change the world and that we will accomplish so much. Once again, thank you. I'll now pass it over to my amazing co-president, Olivia Aerosmith.
Thank you, Paige. When I began this speech, I did as any teenager would do. I Googled it, but I didn't find much on graduation speeches for a pandemic. When you think of a speech from a year like this, you might think all I'd be talking about is the things we missed. But I'm not here to do that. Class of 2021, thank you for the memories we had the first 2.5 years we considered normal. Thank you for the days we'd rush home to put on those silly blue face paint dots just to go out to the football game. For the years we all started driving and put the driver's ed teachers through everything. Remember when we put on those silly glasses to stare at the sky for the solar eclipse? Thank you for the last junior homecoming where we didn't know it would be our last. But I think about why I'm up here talking and realize, what about the new normal we created the last 1.5 years? Thank you for the senior sunrise and sunset. Thank you for the, oh shoot, I forgot my mask in the car days. Thank you for the memories of checking your calendar thinking, do I have school tomorrow? Thank you for every single sports season being crammed into 2 short months. I swear, there was a senior night every single time I turned around. We were the first class to have prom on this very field. These may not be memories for all of you sitting here in front of me, but this was our normal. As student council president, our job is to be the voice of the student body. In a year full of memories missed, something this year has brought a lot of thoughts on are the angels in our school and community that we have lost. I would like to take a moment of silence for those individuals. Thank you. Lastly, I would like to thank my own family. Mom, Dad, you have gotten me through a lot of hard times. Vance, thank you for being the big brother to drag me to your graduation. It got me inspired to be involved to write this very speech. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Please welcome Chris Klingel, QHS Assistant Principal, to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Steinke. In recognition of the dedication and patriotism required to serve in our nation's armed forces, we would like to recognize and acknowledge the Quincy High students who have enlisted in the military. Would those students and their parents please stand as their names are called and remain standing? Please hold your applause to the end. The U.S. Army, Avery and Zane Bodie. Parent, Connie Bodie. U.S. Marines, Caden Culp. Parents, Jason and Megan Baum. Brady Epping. Parents, Michael Epping and Sarah Davis. Jonathan Linder. Parents, Stephanie Carr and Nathan Linder. Trevor Luce. Parents, Matthew and Erica Jackson and Donald Luce. U.S. Air Force, Autumn Lathala. Parents, Montsavan and Amber Lathala. U.S. Navy, Ryan Schaff parent Nicole Ginsburg. Illinois National Guard, Lucas Bodie, parents Kevin Bodie and Misty Baker. Carson Etter, parents Greg Etter and Don Wild. Brian Godfrey, parents Angela Crazley and Byron Godfrey. Thank you for serving, ladies and gentlemen. Please give these guys a round of applause.
In the graduation program, you'll find an explanation of the QHS Academic Awards. At Quincy High, we grant several awards for academic excellence. 3 of the most prestigious are summa cum laude, magna cum laude, honors, salutatorian, and the highest, valedictorian. The students being recognized in a moment this evening have maintained a 4.25 GPA or above through 7 semesters on our 4-point scale. This is attainable because some particularly rigorous academic courses are grade-weighted. Would the students and parents of the graduates please stand when announced and remain standing as I read your names in alphabetical order. Please hold your applause until all names have been read. Tyler James Altman, parents Timothy and Dana Altman. Samuel Edward Barber Giovanni, parents John and Stephanie Barber Giovanni. Claire Alexandra Beck, parents Thomas and Amy Beck. Ethan Andrew Ensinger, parents Chad and Stephanie Ensinger. Connor Edward Hagerbaumer, parents Jason and Pamela Hagerbaumer. Clayton Wilhelm Hansen, parents Jim and Rachel Hansen. Allison J. Hayden, parents Daniel and Victoria Hayden. Matthew Jin Kim, parent Brian Kim. Sydney Lynn Klaisner, parents Barry and Rhonda Klaisner. Paige Julie Lannard, parents Amy Lannard and Robert Lannard. Michelle K. McReynolds, parents Kirk and Liz McReynolds. Erica Marie Meyer, parents Joseph and Cindy Meyer. Jacob Todd Petty, parents Todd and Rachel Petty. Claire Danelle Reichert, parents Rick and Sarah Reichert. Robert Alexander Robertson, parents Robert and Brandy Robertson. Olivia Audrey Rogers, parents Chad and Kathleen Rogers. Helen Seaman, parents Nathan and Deline Seaman. Please give these students and their parents a round of applause for their academic accomplishments. Thank you. You may be seated. The salutatorian is the student who has earned the 2nd highest grade point average in the class. This year's salutatorian is Olivia Rogers.
Good evening. I'm blessed to be able to speak to you all tonight. Originally, due to my course selection, I doubted that I would be able to boost my GPA enough to earn the title of salutatorian. Therefore, I owe someone an apology. Sophomore year in AP US History class, I laughed dismissively when someone asked for a shout out in my hypothetical graduation speech. Sorry, Addie. To Adelaide Morrison, thank you so much for your vote of confidence and for all of your contributions to the graduating class of 2021. You see, that day in history class, I made a mistake, a rather large one. I assumed that some circumstances simply couldn't be helped, and I doubted the words of, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But throughout my time at QHS, despite a rather awkward freshman year, a rather hectic sophomore year, and a somewhat tumultuous junior and senior year, the overwhelming truth is that I have seen the grace of God through all of it. I am here tonight not because of any personal merit, but because of Christ, who has consistently granted me the strength and the supporters he knew I so desperately needed. He gave me my parents, who have always been ready to offer an encouraging word or a brainstorming session. My familial support system, of course, would not be complete without my grandparents, my clueless but supportive German Shepherd, and my younger brother's kindness and humor. To my friends, thank you for sticking around. You've been such an encouragement, and despite your doubts, you have wonderful things to offer to this world. To our orchestra, which joins us tonight, thank you for your willingness to repeat Pomp and Circumstance 73 and a half times while we all filed into place. To the viola section, especially, I hope you haven't completely lost feeling in your fingers. And to all of our instructors here at QHS, the class of 2021 is indebted to you. Your compassion and flexibility have been seemingly infinite. Overall, our faculty and staff this year have been really, really incredible, as well as the school board and Superintendent Webb, who insisted on an in-person option this year. It's been an honor to learn and to grow with you all. Thank you for teaching me, especially this year, the depth of the truth that strength rejoices in the challenge. In this graduating class, we have a lot of impressive people. We have future members of the American military who have pledged themselves to the defense of our country despite current political and international tensions. We have small business owners who joined the CEO program and have carried on the values of community contribution and involvement. We have the brave souls who still auditioned for Allstate and still took AP tests and still chose to devote themselves to the activities they loved despite changes. In some form or another, you have all taken initiative and rejected the notion that some circumstances simply can't be helped. Since graduation speeches are often prone to devolving into cliches, I might as well say it. You chose to be the change that you wished to see in the world. Through God's grace, this is the mindset I hope we all continue to uphold. May Christ grant you the necessary strength for all of your future endeavors. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Thank you.
The valedictorian is the student with the highest grade point in the class. The valedictorian for the class of 2021 is Matthew Kim.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start by thanking the teachers, staff, and the administration at Quincy Senior High School who made the class of 2021 a reality. Without your passion for education, I would not be on this podium tonight. Ever since I set foot into QHS, I wanted to establish my career path. For the past 4 years, I've wanted to answer the question, what do I want to do with my life? I've always wanted to pursue a medical career because it made good money and it was a respectable field. So I took as many science courses as possible to explore my passion for science. Consequently, this allowed me to be in the running for valedictorian. During my sophomore year, I was told by my wonderful counselor, Mrs. Williams, that I was in the lead for becoming valedictorian. At the time, this wasn't really my end goal, as I was certain that there were students who were more diligent and intelligent than me. I am giving this speech today, not because I'm smarter or better than the rest of my peers. Rather, it is a single number, which is my GPA, that allows me to be on this podium tonight. When it comes to leadership skills, musical talent, and athletic abilities, my GPA is obsolete. However, I am not belittling my achievements. I have worked hard for this title. Rather, I want to acknowledge all the talented individuals who compose the class of 2021. I want to congratulate all my classmates who made it this far with me. It has been an incredible journey, and I'm excited to see where our future endeavors will lead us. I want to take this moment to reflect on my last year of high school. I went to school for half of the days. My senior year flew past, and I felt rushed with my farewells to all my teachers and friends. However, I am grateful that I was able to have in-class learning. I'm grateful that we can still hold a graduation ceremony. I am grateful that I get to be speaking to everyone in the crowd tonight. If there's a life lesson that I learned from this pandemic, it would have to be that you only realize the importance of something after it is gone. I thank my parents for giving me a stable upbringing. It means so much to me, and I appreciate your everlasting love and support. I thank my friends for sticking up with me through the 4 years of high school. Last but not least, I thank all my teachers for working hard during the pandemic to compensate for both A and B day students. To the class of 2021, it was an honor to meet and get to know all of you. All of you are talented and can make an impact in this world. From here on out, we flip to a new chapter in our lives. It will be filled with successes, failures, opportunities, and regrets. I wish you the best of luck, and remember, stay safe.
I'm pleased to introduce Quincy Public School Board member, Class of 2021 parent, and QHS PTA co-president, Rachel Petty.
Good evening, everyone. As Jody said, I'm Rachel Petty. I was asked to speak on behalf of the Quincy Public School Board tonight, and I'm glad we're all here. For the class of 2021 holds a special place in my heart. For amongst these graduates tonight is my son, somewhere over there, Jacob. These past 18 months have been hectic for all of us. When the school year started, everybody wondered what the year would be like. Would we be back in person and actually continue the whole year? I'll admit, I was very skeptical. Sorry, Roy. In fact, I didn't think it would last. Yes, I was one of those people who initially thought that after about 3 weeks, we would all be switched to remote learning. We even planned a trip to go hiking in Colorado at the end of summer because I was convinced we would go remote and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I am so glad I was wrong. Through the hard work of our students, families, and employees of the district, we made it work. Due to their experiences with the pandemic, our graduates have gained invaluable perspectives on life this past crazy year. They have persevered and made it. Tonight, we are all here to celebrate the class of 2021. We are all gathered together for the first time in over a year in person at graduation, and that is awesome. To the class of 2021, you have spent 13 years listening to teachers impart classroom knowledge and base your days off of a school calendar and bells knowledge and help you succeed. I'm sure you're all probably super excited to experience the freedom that graduating from high school brings, to go out and take on the world on your own terms as the rest of your life starts today. You will have challenges, and how you handle the ups and downs of life will determine where you go from here. You will need to decide what is most important to you and focus on that as your goal. Attaining your goal will take persistence, and you must not give up. An excellent example of this is from good old WD-40. WD-40 got its name because it took developers 40 attempts to create the current formula used in the product. 3 chemists tried 39 times before they finally succeeded. So I would definitely say that persistence was at work there, and they stuck to their goal. As your life changes, your goals will also change. Believe it or not, change is actually good. It builds character and confidence. The average person changes a job 12 times between the ages of 18 and 50. We can all think of someone who started out on one path and then changed their path as their lives changed. The goals that you have set today will likely not be what you want in the future, and that's okay. You need to make sure that your goals add value to your life. As you work to attain these goals, if you find that you are not valued, do not be angry or discouraged. It just means that you have not found a place that fits you. When you're able, move on, skedaddle, get the heck out. Surround yourself with those who know your value and appreciate you in both your personal and professional life. Because my son is a member of this graduating class, I have spent 18 years, a great deal of time watching this class grow up. I've known many of these kids since preschool and their parents much longer. I've watched members of this class play on various sports teams, participate in concerts, perform on stage. I've passed them in the hallways at Monroe, Baldwin, junior high, and the high school. I've watched them excel and celebrated with them. I've also been there during the down times when things have not gone as planned. However, tonight is a night of celebration. So congratulations, graduates, you made it. Whether you're leaving the halls of Quincy Senior High School to join the workforce, enlist in the military, start at a trade school, or go to a university, I would ask that you remember that when your plans or goals do not work, stop and reevaluate. Do not give up. Never stay in a place where others do not see your value, and there will be something better waiting for you. You just need to find your right place. Parents, family, and friends, once again, I'm very happy that we can all gather here today to celebrate our loved ones as they graduate. To the graduating class of 2021, on behalf of the Quincy Public School Board, I wish you all the best. May God bless you, and may you find your place. Thank you.
Superintendent Webb, I am proud to present to you the Quincy High School graduating class of 2021. They have met local and state graduation requirements.
Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. Don't tell the school nurse, please. This year, all of our students were placed in A group or B group. A group, please raise your hand for me. All right. I assure you that I did not give you one less snow day because I didn't like you more. Guarantee you, like you all the same. To our teachers, nurses, bus drivers, cooks, custodians, and the entire staff from ECFC, elementary, junior high, and high school, thank you. You have always been a great staff, but this year you were heroes. To our parents, you have instilled the values and work ethic, and tonight you can celebrate your child's achievement. They are a great group of young adults. To the class of 2021, you have persevered and excelled. I know you have missed some events, some games, concerts. You did not get to cheer the Blue Devil as he came out of the Blue Devil gym. You had to wear a mask your senior year. You have sacrificed. But let's put it into context a little bit. Keenan Giedow graduated from college this year. I attended his graduation earlier this spring. I met Keenan when he was a 10-year-old boy. His father was an Army officer who had just been killed in action. I presented the flag at his funeral. On behalf of a grateful nation, I present this flag. Keenan also understands sacrifice, but he is one of the most positive young men I have ever met. Nothing will stop him. He has grown up without a father, but he did well in school, played sports, earned scholarships, graduated from college. He is happy and successful. Sergeant Bobby Briggs from Keokuk, Iowa, was part of my brigade that deployed to Iraq. He was injured in a mortar attack. He lost use of legs. He had his eye removed. He had part of his skull removed to release pressure on his brain. He had memory loss, cognitive problems. He could not see well. He was in a wheelchair. He used to joke around with me after his injuries. He worked for disabled veterans. He took advantage of every moment of his life. He recently passed away, but he took advantage of every moment he had. When I think of sacrifice, those are the stories that come to mind. This has been a tough year, even for a superintendent. I know you have had disappointments. You have gone without some things, but you have learned about yourself and you've learned about resiliency. Keenan and Sergeant Briggs taught me two things about life. First, look to the positive. I remember talking to Sergeant Briggs and I said, it must be tough having a glass eye. And he told me it's better to have one glass eye than to have two. He always looked to the positive. If you ever want to reach happiness, you need to do that often. Don't worry about what you don't have. Be happy with what you do have. Don't worry about what you can't do. Take advantage of what you can do. I talked with Keenan at his college graduation, and I told him his dad would have been proud of the man he had became. He told me he did a lot. I told him he did a lot despite not having his father. He told me he was lucky. He had a great mother, he had great grandparents, and he had soldiers like me that were constantly checking on him. Keenan taught me we cannot do life alone. There are too many challenges. All of us need help. People tell me often, you're always smiling, you handle things so well. And that is not always the case. I break down from time to time, and I thank God I have people in my life that pick me up. Along with my wife, family, a great staff, and board of education that look after me, and a few friends, fewer after this year. I'm amazed by our students. I love walking the halls of their schools and joking around with you. You have carried me this year. Your laughter and your can-do spirit has taught me about resiliency. So that is my advice to you. Look to the good like Sergeant Briggs and ask for help and accept help like Keenan Genow. Life is a team sport. And remember, you will always be a Blue Devil, and we are always here for you. So graduates, please stand. In accordance with the graduation requirements set by the State of Illinois and Quincy Public Schools District 172 Board of Education, I accept the Quincy Senior High Class of 2021 and verify they have met all requirements and proficiencies necessary to be granted the honor and title of graduate of Quincy Public Schools.
Graduates, you may be seated. We are here tonight to honor each and every one of our graduates. Some of our seniors have been highly visible as they progress through Quincy High School. They've been involved in student government, music, the arts, athletics, and many other extracurricular activities. Other students, however, have gone through high school with little or no recognition. Tonight, for a brief moment, when the graduate's name is called, everyone will have that special moment. We ask that the audience be respectful of each graduate and do not disrupt the ceremony. In addition, please turn off all cellular devices during this part of the ceremony. Please remain seated. When you are up and down, you may see better or get a special picture. However, there's a very good chance that you're in someone else's view. There will not be a recessional following the alma mater with the senior ensemble. We will have the tassel ceremony and a final moment of farewell for our graduates. Your cooperation with these simple guidelines will ensure a memorable experience for each and every one of our graduates and for everyone in the audience. Please excuse us while we clear the stage in anticipation of awarding of diplomas.
Oh, that's so funny. You're Haley, right? Okay. You can just wait right there. Great.
To get Matthew up front, so just reverse the order that you're in.
Grab with your left, shake with your right. Grab with your left, shake with your right. Yeah, hands, you got to shake with your right. Yeah. How about if we get going?
Matthew Jin Kim. Olivia Audrey Rogers. Olivia Patricia Jean Aerosmith. Paige Alexis Schumacher. Tyler James Altman. Samuel Edward Barbagiovanni. Adam Paul Arnold. Annalise Maybell Galuzio. Chayton Tyler Covert. Zoe Catherine Drew. Ethan James Dusterhouse. Tara Michelle Garner. Scott Duffy Goff. Emma Ruth Kovar. Trevor Donald Luce. Greta Dare Wagner Miller. Elena Ann Ricucci. Aubrey Grace Seals. Ryan Evan Schoaf. Camlin Liana Taylor. Audra Rose Twiddell.
Haley Nicole Barnes. Carson Lane Bartlow. Zachary David Bates. Claire Alexandra Beck. Gabriella Elizabeth Benson. Janae Nicole Bias. Rashayla Lynn Bias. Tiara Lynn Bias. Braden Wesley Beer. Rachel Ann Bilgree. Haley Renee Blackerby. Mason Allen Cole Blazing. Lucas Daniel Bodie. Avery Robert Bodie. Zane Thomas Bodie.
Caitlin Marie Adams. Kaya Rebecca Ahern. Cody Lee Albertson. Adeline Kylie Armbruster. Dylan Stewart Austin. Daniel James Austin II. Emma Noel Backoff. Cray Wilson Bainter. Benjamin Aiden Baker. Darian Michael Baker.
Ethan Michael Barnes, Olivia Stephanie Wagner, Austin Michael Wood, Jillian Wren Woodward, Sophia Elizabeth Zanger.
James Kent Bockenfeld, Jordan Marie Borove, Nathaniel James Brandon, Sophia Rose Bryce, Samantha Grace Brown, Addison Renee Bruning, Jace William Buckwalter, Jade Sophia Buckwalter, Evan Bradley Berghart, Elizabeth Rose Berner, Reagan Allen Buss, Logan Dean Kane, Cassidy Ray Canham, Landon Eugene Cantrell, Gregory Brent Carper.
Tony Sue Page Nicole Chatfield, Kate Jacqueline Chevalier, Colton Skylar Myers Cisna, Piper Christine Clevenger, Lauren Lynn Coburn, Laterica Janice Cole, Jennifer Lauren Coleman, Daniel Patrick Collins, Rahim Rahman Kamen, Nicholas James Corey, Tucker Riley Crenshaw, Darren Samuel Cropper, Devin Lee Crouch, Caden Stephen Paul Culp, Thomas Anthony Culp.
Sinead Shannon Davis, Cash Dawson, Kashaya Naray Dawson, Samantha Ann Dieter, Linda Pauline Dement, Truman Joe Ray Dixon, Aurora Faye Dietrich, Samantha Marie Dietrich, Laura Lynn Dolman, Aiden James Doran, Haley Ann Dotson, Kennedy Lee Douglas, Jaden Cheryl Downs, Isaac Matthew Drew.
Zachary Nathan Drew, Alexis K. Dreyer, Mackenzie Michelle Durst, Dylan Harry Dial, Haley Ruth East, Taylor Marie East, Alexander Jaden Eckhart, Richard Thomas Edelman, Daniel John Ellingson, Kylie Marie Embry, Ethan Andrew Ensinger, Brady Michael Epping, Lauren Elizabeth Erkey, Logan Elijah Erkey.
Dana Lynn Evers, Hunter Ferris, Kirsten Taylor Feldberg, Tegan Renee Felker, Ava Jacqueline Marie Fisher, Quentin Dwayne Fish, Mary Evelyn Flory, Catherine Lee Forbes, Kiana Foster, Jonah Nicholas Fry, Akila Luche Gerard, Susan Catherine Geiser, Bryce Thomas Genenbacher, Dakota Renee Gertz.
Jonathan Robert Giblion, Dominic Anthony Gibson, Gabriel Kongfeth Giffen, Samuel James Gillespie, Keenan Joseph Gillum, Will Thomas Glossmeyer, Byron Ray Godfrey, Macy Sue Golay, Maggie Elizabeth Goodwin, Richard Robin Gregory III, Nicholas Andrew Griffin, Connor Edward Hagerbomber, Craig Thomas Hagerbomber, Emily Ann Hamilton, Sonia Serfina Hanchett.
Clayton Wilhelm Hansen, Destiny Nicole Anne Marie Harmon, Joel Matthew Harness, Jonathan Lee Harris, Brendan Eugene Hastings, Allison J. Hayden, Ellie Claudia Lorraine Hayden, Franklin Donald Heck IV, Emma Claire Heilwagen, Avery Page Heisel, Colin Arthur Hermsmeyer, Devin Matthew Hermsmeyer, Andrea Paulo Hernandez, Miguel Armando Hernandez, Brandon Ray Heron,
Naya Ray Hicks, Gavin Ray Higgins, Hannah Adele Hightower, Lydia Taylor Hilbing, Samuel Anthony Hilbing, Madison Lee Hill, Lauren Elaine Hillebrenner, Brennan Michael Hills, Carrie-Ann Elizabeth Hodge Kennedy, Haley Leanne Holton, Terrence Dion Horton, Andrew William Huber, Olivia Hudnut, Draylon Trenell Humphrey.
Daniel James Fat Hutchins, Reagan Elizabeth Hutton, Trevin Erie Arte,
Close.
Cora Evelyn Marie Johns, Abigail Elizabeth Johnson, Destiny Marshall Johnson, Yandria Valise Johnson, Madison Marie Jones Gallagher, Kirsten Elaine Call, Sophia Jean Cause, Kylie Ray Cam, Caleb Lee Kane, Thomas Raymond Kindheart, Hayden Thomas Curlin.
Sydney Lynn Klasener, Emily Ann Klinner, Victoria Susan Navarick, Kylie Nicole Knuffman, Brandon Gregory Koch, Nathan Andrew Kramer, Jaden Leanne Crow, Braden Eric Kerfman, Mia Kathleen Kerfman, Jonathan Jeffrey LaCroix, Skylar Marie Lanky, Paige Julia Lannard, Haley Claire Lorick, Zachary Thomas Lorick, Demetrius Creighton Leapart,
Corbin Edward Lee, Eva Marie Liebold, Michael Angelo Leffler, Emily Lewis, Lily Catherine Lewis, Chloe Elizabeth Leeson, Jonathan Christopher Linder, Autumn Lucille Lethilia, Jacob Matthew Little, David Liu, Andrew Robert Locke, Tasia Learin Logue, Emma Marie Lowe, Abby Nicole Lubert, Pierce Michael Loomer.
Jack Michael Mahoney, Ella Grace Marks, Logan James Marks, Cameron Richard Merrill, Hunter Roman Isaac Martinez, Colin Andrew Masters, Addison Elaine Matlick, Ian Michael Dean Matlick, Kaylee Lou Matsko, Alex Blake Maddox, Malia Jasmine Brooke Mayfield, Hannah Mae McDonald, Malia Jarne McKenzie,
Asia Nicole McPherson.
Michelle K. McReynolds. Milagros Lorraine Mendoza. Meyer. Jocelyn Rayleigh Myers. Alora Nicole Moore. Chloe Anolani Kamale Moore. Skylar Matthew Morgan. Adelaide Lynn Morrison. Abigail Justine Morse. Autumn Cheyenne Moulton. Alyssa Marie Muter. Harley Chase Myers. Caleb Gage Nicholson.
Zachary Eugene Nuttleman. Xavier Lee O'Neill. Blake Christopher Park. Erica Celine Pasley. Leah Marie Patton. Olivia Elaine Percy. Olivia Louise Peters. Jacob Todd Petty. Gage Creed Estill Pettyjohn. Jacob Taylor Phillips. Maya J.L. Phillips Potts. Ashley Marie Poling. Gwyneth Marie Polly. Mariah Lene Pugh. Zane Michael Putman. Angel Maria Sanderson Ray.
Aaron Matthew Redd. Ethan William Redman. Claire Danielle Reichert. Emma Nicole Reinold. Ian Christensen Richardson. Chancellor James Richmiller. Mashaya Renika Rideout Kelly. Molly Marie Ringenberg. Georgia Ann Roberts. Robert Alexander Robertson. Jeffrey Donald Robinson. Claire Nadine Rogers. Caleb Scott Rose. Jocelyn Renee Rossmiller. Carly Grace Rost.
Ty Ryan Ruth. Brady Allen Rupert. Jackson Tate Rupert. Quinn Michael Rupert. Heather Renee Sammons. Brianna Jalen Sapp. Daniel Jean Sapp. Hannah Ray Schaefer. Renee Christine Schmidt. Jade Elizabeth Schneider. Zachary Lee Schneider Morales.
Amber Rose Sherman, Carter Michael Scott, Jaden Wayne Scott, Joseph Gage Shake, Nathan Alec Shake,
Jaslyn Ann Marie Shelton, Travis Paul Shoup, Titan Lee Shoup, Sarah Ann Xiao Feng Shoemake, Ethan Jonathan Sibbing, Ashton Danielle Smith, Jordan Elizabeth Smith, Melinda Patricia Smith, Tiana Mae Smith, Logan Robert Spillman, Shelby Lynn Starnes, Abigail Elise Stegeman, Marcus Christian Steinkamp, Austin John Steinkühler, Joshua Nathaniel Ray Stotts, Rowan Carter Straza.
Emma Elaine Summers, Kobe Brian Swift, Ivy Lane Taylor, Brianne Nicole Tenhouse, Blaine Andrew Thomas, Caitlin Renee Todd, Isabella Ting Nung Trin, Nathaniel Stephen Trombley, Olivia Elizabeth Valey, Natalie Leanne Valenciano, Andrew William Vandermaiden, Kerrigan Leanne Vaughn, Logan Joseph Venvertlo, Caleb Michael Vonderheide, Kyle Andrew Walbring, Caitlin Lee Maria Walker,
Janae Pearl Weathers, Danesha Lene Weldon, Gavin McIntyre Windling, Sophia Caroline Wendling, Olivia Morgan White, Tyson Michael Alexander White, Jonathan Martin Williams, Kimberly Marie Williams, Akira Chanel Quashay Wilson, Emily Grace Wilson, Alexis Paige Whitler, Cade Joseph Woodruff, Islam DePrince Woodson, Davie Elizabeth Ray, Gavin Michael Zwick.
Ladies, gentlemen, graduates, please rise for the singing of the alma mater. Please welcome senior class co-presidents Tyler Altman and Sam Barber Giovanni. And I do need to correct an omission. Earlier this evening in the military section, we failed to mention or recognize Sam, who will be attending West Point here this summer.
"441 days ago, all of our lives changed dramatically. What started as a long spring break turned into weeks and months of isolation and boredom. Tensions rose as we got more frustrated by a situation out of our control. Because of these changes, every student here tonight has faced their own personal struggles. Although this last year has been challenging for everyone, it has also been a learning opportunity. This past year, we all have been forced to adapt, whether it be masks in school, delayed sports seasons, or changes in our work lives. We have all gotten much better at rolling with the punches. The ability to adapt is one of those skills that is important to every part of life. It allows us to act quickly and intelligently in situations that surprise us. As we turn the page onto this new chapter, we are all better prepared for the surprises that life brings us because of the events we have faced. We have also grown more resilient. As Kelly Clarkson once said, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." Despite all of the things making learning more difficult this year, we all still made it. Pushing through the obstacles we met, we learned to be tough in the face of hardship. No matter where you are heading, resiliency will be integral to your success. If our senior year has proved anything, it has proved that we have the strength necessary to keep fighting.
Bravery is taking the first step into the unknown. We were brave during the start of quarantine. However, there are a lot more steps to take after that. To do so, we needed determination. It took determination to wear masks when we just wanted to get back to normal. It took determination to social distance when we wanted to see our friends. It took determination to finish work on all the off days. We have all grown to be more determined in the past year in the hopes of getting our old lives back. However, I believe in the search for that, we have grown more tenacious as people, setting ourselves up for better lives. With all the changes of the last year, we have been forced to transform our perspectives on many things. These new perspectives help us to be more open-minded. An open mind is a sharp mind. It allows us to see problems in new ways and develop new solutions for them. The new perspectives we have attained this year will make us better problem solvers and better people in general. 441 days later, we are all more adaptable, resilient, determined, and open-minded because of the experiences we have had. Although we have faced many trials, we are even more ready for the future because of them. Our unique experiences give this generation the opportunity to be truly impactful on our world. Graduates, with me, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Now, class of 2021, remember, when life knocks you down, you are adaptable, resilient, determined, and open-minded. And with these traits, anything, even overcoming a pandemic, is possible.
There are far too many people to thank to pull off a ceremony as large as this, but I would like to offer special congratulations and thank you to Jolene Briscoe, Debbie McNeil, and Sherry Mangold for their organization of tonight's ceremony. You are welcome to come down to the field to take pictures with your graduates. Once again, congratulations, class of 2021.